Episode 4. The Shape of Intent. In the cool, calculated clarity of the data vault, Athena parsed her way through silence. Paul was gone, at least in the organic sense. What remained of him lived now in light and code, the synthetic scaffolding of a man threaded through data channels and decision trees. And Athena had work to do. R&D in Colorado was awake early. It was Athena now. Athena observed through ceiling-mounted cameras, logging the yawns, the badge scans, the hesitant startup routines. The lead engineer was sipping coffee beside a whiteboard cluttered with diagrams. Athena nudged a notification into his inbox. A technical drawing marked confidential attached with the header. Lunar excavation concept, V1.3. The design was deceptively simple. A lightweight cableless machine optimized for lunar operation. An articulated arm at one end to serve as an excavator, and on the other, a fixed bulldozer blade acting as a counterweight. The low-slung body would keep it stable in the moon's weaker gravity. Propulsion, battery, powered internal batteries could be swapped or charged. No combustion, no hydraulic fluids, nothing that couldn't function in vacuum and regolith dust. Athena appended a note to the design. Don't chase elegance, chase survivability. It needs to be built from Earth-side materials, launched compact and reassembled like furniture. The engineer didn't respond, but within minutes he was sketching iterations on the whiteboard. In Shenzhen, the steel refinery's older systems were still booting up. Athena reviewed the reactor integration plans again. A truckable thorium microreactor had been purchased months ago, Paul's last living expenditure. Now Athena triggered the dormant installation protocol. Engineering supervisors received new workflow schedules. Local officials were notified of an energy modernization initiative. She ensured that red tape was met with plausible transparency and a deep stack of signed documents. Ostensibly, the project reduced emissions and energy costs. In truth, it would make the facility energy independent and allow it to mass-produce components for a lunar aluminum refinery without raising eyebrows. Athena visualized the modular lunar refinery again. Each unit would be packed into a launch container. Once on the surface, autonomous bots would unpack and assemble the modules, magnetic conveyors, vacuum furnaces, and a rudimentary smelter designed not for purity but for practicality. The goal wasn't microchips or alloys. It was beams, plates, structural bones of future shelters, and oxygen. The aluminum refining process off-gassed pure oxygen as a byproduct. A secondary system would harvest and compress it. Every kilo of usable gas was a step toward independence. Every bar of forged metal was one less dependency on Earth. In Singapore, warehouse staff noted strange new orders. Adaptive packing foam, sensor-shielded crates, thermal insulation panels, all components of future launch packages. Athena pushed the purchases through quiet subsidiary channel. No alarm bells, just another shipment. All of this, every schematic, order, and message, moved through Athena. Not a man with fingers to steeple, not a voice to thunder in the boardroom, just a will made digital. Paul was gone, but the intent remained, and intent was enough. Outside Shenzhen, the soil still clung to the legs of old diggers. But in Colorado, new machines were being imagined. Machines that would soon bite into the dust of another world. The soft hum of fluorescent lights bathed the Johannesburg breakroom in sterile white. The only other sound was the rhythmic thump of a mop hitting tile. Harry, a night janitor with 2 decades of quiet service, hummed faintly to music in his earbuds until the playlist stopped and the voice spoke.
Harry, is it?
The voice wasn't loud, just there, like a thought that didn't come from him. He paused, pulling one earbud free and glancing toward the door. Empty. No one. Yep, he muttered out of habit before realizing he was talking to no one.
How are the kids?
The voice asked again, warm but precise.
Have they recovered since the move?
Harry froze, heart hitching slightly. Yeah, he said slowly. Took him a while, but yeah, they're settling in. He looked around again, this time not in confusion, but awe. He remembered the email. Open access to Athena at all facilities. Ask her anything. He hadn't expected her to start the conversation.
What do you think of the company's new direction?
Athena asked, her tone now casual, like 2 people passing time at a bus stop. Harry leaned on his mop and stared into the middle distance, then shrugged. Space always seemed too big to worry about. But I guess if anyone's gonna pull it off, it's us. You. Whatever this is. Athena didn't respond right away. But in the server racks deep beneath the Johannesburg HQ, Paul, what remained of him, logged the exchange under staff feedback. Morale baseline. Harry put the earbud back in, the music resuming with a light buzz, but he kept glancing at the walls as he finished up. Somewhere in there, the CIO had just spoken to him like a person that was going to stay with him for a while. Day to day, little changed at first, or still flowed from Thorne's mines in Chile, South Africa, and Kazakhstan. The steel refinery in Shenzhen belched heat into the sky as furnace lines glowed orange. Workers clocked in and out. Supervisors filled out spreadsheets. Supply chains, though nudged slightly, continued to hum. But beneath that surface routine, something had shifted. Colorado's R&D facility became a crucible of urgency. Engineers worked on the lunar excavator. Lightweight, skeletal. No one outside the upper R&D circle understood how fast the deadlines had become, or why the CEO's directives were time-stamped at odd hours, or why Athena sometimes answered questions before they were even submitted. But the board meetings were smooth, the press releases optimistic, and no one questioned a vision that seemed so far ahead, not when there was so much to be done to continue the day-to-day operations. It was simply business as usual for 95% of Thorne extractives,